Ah!
Uncut.
This is Toasty Toes Uncut. So if you ever wanted to sit down for an hour and just experience the Toasty Toes and all of their glory and listen to funny stories, then this is the place.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Now, so the thing about this, right, Sam?
Yes.
The thing is that what we're gonna try, unless it's like there's something that happens, to not cut anything out. So this is just,
Oh wait, really?
yeah. Well, Sam, it's called Uncut.
Well, I mean, last time we did uncut.
That was a bit of a test to see if it could work.
Okay.
All right, so set up a sniper class. Just grab a random sniper.
It won't let me create a class.
Oh yeah, I think it's because you're level 1. Oh well, just pick the
'cause
sniper. Pick the
'cause I'm
sniper
a
when we
plebeian.
start.
All right. Sniper off.
So essentially, like a lot of our many different series, like Wacky Shack, a lot of the time the episodes devolve into telling stories. So it's like we decided why not have like a series dedicated to just telling stories.
Oh yeah, Sam. There's no sniper class, like that I have access to. So I'm just gonna choose like the closest thing
All
to
right.
it, and it also has a bazooka, so that's like.
Oh, funny memes approaching. Look out.
Is it because a bazooka is vaguely shaped like a penis?
No. Why
Oh,
would you
sorry.
think that? All right.
Never mind.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were there. All right, this is gonna be fair.
Whoops. No, Sam, just choose a machine gun. Like I can't. I have no sniper.
All right.
Like I don't think you can comprehend.
So all right, let's get it started with some good short stories before we get into this video's like main theme. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I could go first if you want.
Um. Well, first I'm gonna shoot you. No.
What?
Yeah,
Please
no,
don't.
no, you know what? You can go. Yeah, you can go first.
Oh fuck.
But Oh, you didn't die, did
No.
you?
I'm playing this with a Xbox One controller, so it's like, oh crap! That's an explosive.
Wait, where are you? Oh, shit.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Oh man, you got smoke everywhere. Okay, so yeah, it was the Sam C story, right? Oh, I mentioned
Yeah, story about the third Sam, otherwise known as Sam C.
Yeah.
All right, so this was at this point in time. This was like a couple weeks ago because we've been playing this for like weeks, but we've never done it. So it was like the end of the day, right? And this story just highlights how like utterly strange Sam C is. Like
Okay.
when we're not around.
No, when Sam C came over to my house, my mom literally said to me after, like in the most serious tone of voice, she said, "Sam, your friend is really bizarre."
That is
Yes.
that is a truth.
And she was like, "Don't tell him I said that." And now I'm putting it on the internet.
Now it's literally out on the internet for our couple fans to see. So this is just so Sam C is pretty strange, but just because we're not around, it doesn't mean that his weirdness stops, right? So
Well, I feel like it intensifies.
yeah. So usually I'm quite late for my bus, and so I was like, you know what? Maybe today I'm gonna take a different route to go to the bus. And so what I decided to do is instead I decided to go like around the back, right? Like I was like, because there's the school and then there's like the main exit that everyone takes, and then there's like the back way that you could go around. So I was like, all right, let me go to this way to my bus. So I went around and then,
No!
well, this is mine.
The fruits of my labors.
So I went around and so I just saw Sam C standing it had just recently snowed, so he was just standing by the forest in the snow by himself with a can of Pringles. He Like one,
His hand is
he
full of
slowly opens the can of Pringles, like stares at it for a little bit, and then just downs all of it at once.
Wait. What do you mean he downs the
He
entire
dumps it in
can?
his mouth. He then
Is his mouth that large? Like, what?
he then crushes the can, throws it at a rock, and runs away at full speed.
Sam, sometimes I feel like some humans just, like, have their consciousnesses turned off for, like, a bit.
Why did he do that? And, like, he clearly didn't know I was there, because I was, like, coming up behind him.
I don't think, yeah, he didn't know anyone was there, obviously. Who would do such a thing? Like,
I don't know, it was really strange. It was quite peculiar.
okay, keep in mind that when Samsy eats burgers, like, not only does he coat the entire
Whenever
patty
Samsy eats
itself,
something, it's a disturbing experience.
yeah, like, he coats the entire patty with ketchup, right? And I've seen him do this. And then whenever he takes a bite, he coats the area of the burger that he bit into with more ketchup. And he does this every time he bites. He uses like 5 packets of ketchup in eating like one tiny fucking burger. It's the most disgusting
Remember
thing.
when we went to go see The Force Awakens and this dude put ketchup on his popcorn?
No, he didn't tell us!
Yeah, that's the best part. I reached
Like,
in
he
to
literally
grab
took-
some.
What's the stickiness I feel?
Why would you do that? Especially when we're sharing popcorn.
No, like, yeah, we literally told, alright, Sam, we're gonna share popcorn. And he's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because we had like $2 and we were like, "Yeah, let's share a popcorn. And like we got like a jumbo popcorn. And this guy like pours the fucking ketchup into the popcorn.
Well, we didn't see him do it.
What do you mean we didn't see him do it? Who else would do that?
No, listen. I don't remember him, I don't remember seeing him do that.
Oh yeah, well it was like a dark movie
Yeah.
theater. Like he,
Yeah,
like his
exactly.
pockets are just full of ketchup packets. He just
No,
pulls
it's-
them out whenever he needs them.
No, yeah, well... Let's have a moment of silence now.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Everyone starts screaming. Oh, no. No, but like, yeah, he must have used way more than like 5 ketchup packets.
Yeah,
because
like-
that shit was coated.
Like trying to watch Han Solo get stabbed through the chest. I'm just distracted by this.
No, but like, and you could feel the wetness too. Oh god, it was the worst thing ever. And it
Yeah, I
tastes-
know. And then we were like,
literally had to
no, the
wash
best
my
part
mouth
was
out.
afterwards when we were like, Sam, you're gonna get a heart disease. And he got really
He's just
scared.
Like, he just shugs- Wait, really? Oh, shit.
Wait, actually? Do you
Wait,
serious?
I thought that was a-
No way, bro, no way.
No, you can't, you're joking. You're joking.
Dude, I'm scared. What if I get a heart disease?
Sam sees existential horror.
I love that like Sam C is literally like a character from a show. Like the other day, I think I already told you this story, but the other day I was walking a gym and he literally like pulls me into a corner and is like, Sam, I have to tell you something. I'm like, what is it? I thought it was something important. And he was like, come here, I don't want anyone to hear. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I've been watching this one anime, it's called Mob Psycho 100, it's really good, I think you should check it out. And he just walks to class.
Dude, like, sometimes I feel like he's kind of smart, but then other times it's like, how are you still alive?
No,
and
he's not-
breathing?
I'm stuck in a window. Okay. No, so Sam C is okay, he's not the brightest, but he's like a genuinely nice guy. Like everything Sam C does is genuine.
Well, yeah, at least now it is.
Fuck.
I mean, I guess he has good taste in video games. Like, that's a...
Yeah, that's true. From years and years of just staring at pictures of JonTron. Until he slowly like morphs into JonTron.
I feel like if Samsey had been born in like an upper, like not an upper middle, but like a different house, like I imagine that like he would be different.
Well, yeah, it's just nurture over nature.
Okay, yeah, but like yeah.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah,
where I'm
but like,
going- I
yeah.
don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like Like, I feel like it'd be weird to see Sam C if he had been brought up, like, by parents. Who,
My
like,
parents.
All right, all right, go to AP classes now.
Oh no, mom.
and be like, okay, mom.
I want to join the Israeli police force, mom.
The Israeli police force.
So
We should have Sam C on him.
yeah, I think we might get Sam C on eventually, but he's too afraid.
He's in fear.
He's in fear. All right, so now your story.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it relates a lot to this
To a what?
to this what we're doing right now. Like it relates to Toasty
Oh, okay,
Toast
okay.
Uncut. So Sam, do you remember last week how you? Oh no, I just fell down a cliff. How you just?
Well,
how you
this is the end of my life.
All right. No, how you kept texting me at like 10 or 11 being like, Sam, we gotta record, and then like I ended up just never texting you back.
Yeah. I do remember that.
So I never told you that I was at a play,
Oh.
did I? So our school puts on a fall drama like a lot of schools, right?
Yeah.
And this one was it was Crimes of the Heart. It was about like this group of Southern sisters. They they just they go through a lot of very like sad things.
Oh dear.
But it's also like a comedic play. It's sort of like it's kind of hard to like summarize in like a small amount of time, and I don't remember like the intricacies of the plot. But like, so okay. They had to downsize like where the play was, like because last year we had the play in a large auditorium, right? So when they tell you to turn off your phone, you can basically check your notifications in the middle of the play because there's likely something going on in the play where no one's going to be paying attention to you, and it's just kind of like you can get away with like looking at your phone. But this year they had it. That's distracting. This year they had it in a very small space. It's our school's music room.
Uh-oh.
And there's like this tiny little stage.
Wait, you mean the tiny auditorium?
Yes, I mean that one.
Who went to see that? Like 2 people?
Actually,
There's like no room in that place.
well, there you can fit about like 100 people max, I think, or no, like maybe 70 people max, and like 50 people showed up, including me. But like, yeah, they had to build out a little. They had to build more of the set to make it seem more spacious, and they had to like, they had to do a lot of like weird set work in order to make it like work. But they had it work. But like, at the beginning of the show, like, the director comes out, and she's just like, "All right, so this is our old English teacher. Like, she was just there for this whole thing. So it's just." The whole story is made like funnier because like Sam, she witnessed something that she should not have witnessed.
Our English teacher?
Our old English teacher, yeah.
Oh.
So so she gets up before the show starts and she's like, "All right, so I'm gonna ask everyone to turn off their phones and please keep them on silent because please keep them on silent, like, especially for this production because it is such an intimate space. So any noises that can be heard, it will disturb the show. Thank you for coming, blah 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 blah." Right? So I'm like, oh shit, I should like go the extra mile, right? So I'm sitting next to my friend, right, and we're just like there. I don't think you know him, Sam. Like, he goes to our school and he's like, "What the fuck did you even do?"
Missiled you.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obamacare.
Missiles! Ah!
When you look outside and it's World War III. Damn you, Obamacare.
It's just a beard.
Alright, continue.
I should have said that. Okay, yeah, it was his name. So I'm like kind of paranoid now. So I take my phone, right? I put that shit on do not disturb, but I also turn it off all the way. Like, I keep that shit on lock, right? And I put it in my pocket, and my pocket even has a zipper, so I zip up the pocket just to make sure I'm not embarrassing myself, right? You know, so we get through the first. There are like 3 little 5-minute breaks, right? And you know, they're intermissions, right? But like because the show was like just kind of long, like they had to have 3 of them, like fucking 3 acts, right? So I was sitting in the fucking music room, which is not very comfortable, actually, as a side note. So
Thank you.
those chairs are not like comfortable. So like the first and second acts, I'm chilling, right? And like during the third break, I go out in the lobby to buy some candy, and I see this old friend from like 2 years ago in my life that I haven't talked to in a while, and we were catching up. We're like, hey. Like generic like old
Generic
friends.
Hindu.
Like, hey man. Yeah, like generic like, hey, it's nice to see you again. Speak like that.
You got a lot of guts coming here after what you pulled.
Surprisingly normal story. So we're talking, right? And I'm like, hey, do you remember this old friend we used to have? And he's like, no, I don't. Could you show me a picture of him? And I'm like, sure. So I'm thinking to myself, I'll just pull up this guy's Instagram, because I have the friend in question's Instagram. So I take out my phone from my fucking zippered up pocket, and I have to like spend like 20 seconds like reviving my phone from like the state of slumber that I put it in, right? And my friend is just awkwardly waiting for me to turn on my phone because it's taking so goddamn long. It's like, you know, it's you gotta load up the Apple logo or whatever, you gotta press the thing. And it's just like, dude, why did you do that? Like, there's no reason to just put it on Do Not Disturb. And I'm like, well, I don't know. It's just like double safety, right? So it's just like, dude, like, just don't worry about it. And I'm like, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm fine. I probably won't do that. The next
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
It might be worse than you think. So I show him the picture of my other friend, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that guy." Right?
What a loser,
I go
huh?
back in.
Yo, fuck that guy.
I fucking hit myself.
What?
What?
Nothing.
Go on. So I go back
He
in.
just shoots
right?
himself
The
on
third act-
stage.
Oh no! The music room is covered in blood!
I mean, fuck. She just gets blood splattered all over her. She goes, "I'm ruined." No, I like it better. She just screams. Oh my God! Jesus Christ, have mercy!
What if Mr. Plinkett was Mr. father?
Oh my.
I can't read.
Well, I guess you know her name now, but
No, just bleep it out in the video. So.
okay.
Like just insert. Just
I guess that doesn't count as a cut.
No, it doesn't. It's not a cut. It's an edit. Hey, we never said it was no edits.
Go on.
So.
Where were we? The bloody suicide?
Yeah. So I'm back for Act 3, right? And I'm watching the show, and there's a character in the show who's well, they're very well. They're depressed, I guess, but they're also like a little off their rocker because they killed their husband or whatever.
Alright, normal play stuff.
Yeah. So like, this is spoilers for Crimes of the Heart, but this character tries killing herself on stage.
Oh.
So it's a very like dramatic scene where she sticks her head in an oven, and this other character like walks in, and she's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And then the other character like rips her out of the oven. She gets her water and like, "Are you okay?" Like, and you know, at this night, Sam Sam, you wanted me to record Toasty Toast, so you were texting
Yeah,
me
like
the
you
whole way.
said.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So you were texting me throughout the whole play, and I sort of saw them, but I didn't answer them because I didn't have time, right? And I was like, you know what, the notifications won't show up anyway, right? But like, so after the girl who tried to commit suicide is like sort of calmed down, and she's like sort of like, you know, back to reality almost. She's like delivering this really intense speech about how her mother had killed herself, because in the play, like, the mother had killed herself too. And the mother had, like, not only had the mother hanged herself, but she also hanged her cat with her. So it's just like really weird. So like the character's like, I know why Mama hanged herself with the cat. She loved that cat. It wasn't 'cause she hated that cat like nobody'd remember. It was just so when she entered the next world, she'd have a friend. When you enter heaven, you all lonesome by yourself, with all the angels singing and their blonde pretty hair. and their bright yellow fingernails, golden or whatever. And she's like, she just wanted a friend after all. She couldn't take it no more.
Oh shit.
And then in the middle of the show, when everyone is concentrated on the stage, I just hear in my pocket,
The world is a cruel place. God literally smites thee.
Sam, I'm telling you, the actor, she looked me in the eyes, right? And so did the other one. She just goes, fuck you. Like, this was her Oscar moment, and I had literally ruined it, right? So everyone in the room had heard. And half of the people in the room had seen me, like, scrambling around. My friend is, like, dying of laughter, and he's, like, trying to suppress himself. Because, like, it's just so, like, unlikely that this would happen. Like, I had taken every precaution. And so I mean, I'm scrambling around. I have to fucking, like, I have to unzip my pocket, and then, like scramble to turn it off, and there's a stranger sitting next to me, and she just gives me the worst look.
You son
And I
of
just-
a bitch.
And the show goes on for, like, and I mean, it was you that called me, Sam.
I didn't know that was happening. I thought you were just like sitting around eating mac and cheese. I don't know what you were doing.
Sam, no, but, like, I didn't know that I hadn't turned off notifications for Skype. So it's like, even if I had turned on Do Not Disturb, like, it wouldn't turn it off for Skype. So
I called you like 80 times.
well, yeah, but like that, part of it was on the phone, and part of it was like other stuff, and I had like completely turned off my phone after that because I wasn't about to redo that. So like, the show takes up like 25 more minutes, and like, I'm pretty sure one of the actors flipped me off while they were bowing, although I'm not completely sure.
Well, that's just unnecessary right there.
I mean, hey, I made eye contact with him, and his fingers were moving in a way that I couldn't really make out, but I vaguely saw it. We're like in the
He just gets you. He catches you lacking.
God damn it! No! Fuck!
I'm glad that you didn't like read some of my notifications and like started laughing. That's where I thought this was going. I thought that you were gonna read the messages that I sent you and laugh.
Oh no. No. Yeah, it was way worse than that. It was easily like top 3 most embarrassing moment of my life. And
I thought
I'm not to make you feel bad, but it was just like
I thought-
just objectively that what it was. Like I'm
I
sorry.
thought you were gonna read my notifications where I was like, "Yo, calling," and then you didn't answer for like 20 minutes. I said, "You're not a true gamer. Real gamers drive drunk."
You don't try.
I don't know why I said that.
Fuck.
I was just infuriated, but I didn't want to insult you in case you were like annoyed.
No, yeah, I wasn't even annoyed or anything. I just couldn't talk to you. So, oh my god. So, what are you doing? So,
How did I win that?
yeah, I know you were like having a spaz on the ground, and I was like, huh? But yeah, after I like talked with like one of the actors, and she was like, wait, I was backstage. Your phone went off when my sister was trying to kill herself, and I was like, yeah, and she was like, that's the most important part of the play. And I was like, ah!
Everyone knows I'm ruined.
I'm ruined. No, and then one of the tech crew managers was like, you know, it wasn't that bad. It was like kind of a funny touch. And then I just looked at her with like this look of like, please just stop. I don't need your pity. so yeah, like I talked with my friend after. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear that noise on my deathbed now, but
So it's time to record Toasty Toes. Sam, I'm on my deathbed.
Sam, I'm 87 years old. I don't play Call of Duty anymore.
Call of Duty Black Ops 15, but it still just has 15 eyes.
Why don't they use Roman numerals?
'Cause they're stupid. They're literally...
Black Ops. Yeah, but you still buy the games.
No, I don't. I don't own Black Ops 4.
It's just because there's a blackout mode and you don't like Fortnite.
No, I haven't
the
bought
thing.
a Call of Duty game since the unmentionable one.
Oh, are you serious? You didn't buy?
Yeah, I haven't played a single one. What?
You didn't buy Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare came out. Wait, no, I didn't buy Infinite Warfare.
All right.
I haven't bought in a single Call of Duty game since the one we don't speak about. Because that one was just so horrible that I gave up
Yeah.
on the series.
I mean, I don't even like Call of Duty as a franchise, but I even recognize that.
I mean, you gotta like accept
That
Call of
video
Duty for
is
what
like
it
fun.
is. Like you can't.
Well, yeah, like it's just sort of like, I mean, it's just a fun formula. Like it's not meant to be art.
Yeah, like it's fucking Call of Duty.
It's like an Adam Sandler movie.
Like when people try to like analyze Call of Duty, it's like, why you even? Come on.
How would you even do that? Like along the lines of
There are like YouTubers who do that, who they're like, Call of Duty is a poorly made franchise. I much prefer Final Fantasy 1806.
Well, I mean, who doesn't? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know, but it's like, why? That's apples to oranges.
Yeah, like you can't. That's like Adam Sandler to Stanley Kubrick.
That's an Adam Sandler movie.
What if Adam Sandler directed fucking A Clockwork Orange?
What if Adam Sandler directed Neon Genesis Evangelion?
It's just wait, you know that poster where it's like the giant face in like the background?
Yeah. The one
just
that's like
Adam's-
rising out of the blood.
It's just Adam Sandler's middle-aged fucking face. Just, I'm dying slowly.
What's good?
Let's go!
Yeah, Masha.
It's just Adam Sandler.
Poopsie.
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 Sandler
Can we
goes
make a
to the
commentary
middle.
track on Jack and Jill where Al
Yes.
Pacino does like the fucking nay or some shit?
Oh god, I just almost fell over in my chair.
Oh.
Oh, Pacino.
He goes Don Pacino.
What was that?
I couldn't hear you.
I'm
I have no ears. Al Pacino with no ears. Alright, so now that happened, Are we ready to get into like the core meat of the of this here video?
Yeah. Well, okay, wait. I just realized that it is past October though.
Yeah, but it's like this isn't necessarily October themed. This could be like anything themed, you know?
Just generally kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if we did this in October, but it's like.
Well, we did this partly in October.
Yeah, we did. We told part of the story. I think I'm gonna retell that story because like, I now like remember more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I forgot a lot of stuff, and I didn't really tell it like perfectly. So I'm gonna like, and plus we're gonna tell like the whole story like from the very beginning, so it's gonna offer like a lot more context.
So in 1701.
So it literally started.
The beginning time.
Sheldon Cooper went Banzungi, and then the universe was made.
It's just a very fun fact.
That is,
So,
in fact, a very fun fact. All right, so
your neighborhood's haunted, right? Yeah.
okay, yes. All right, so the main story that we wanted to tell is that we wanted to tell the entire haunted saga, like, in detail. Because there's been a lot of spooky stuff that goes on in my neighborhood. And, like, it's kind of relevant because Sam Harris is in, like, quite a few of the stories. And so are, like, a couple of my other friends. So it's kind of, like, a very Toasty Toes thing. Plus, we might, like, make reference to it in the future. So it's, like...
So this is just essential canon.
Yes, this is the lore. Sam, do you want to make, like, videos, like, detailing the lore of the Toasty Toes? Like having...
No, I think they work better as Call of Duty videos.
You're right. I was thinking like really detailed like videos where it's like year 132 of the pectoral calendar.
The pectoral calendar. It's like they teach you that in biology and you're just like, wait, that's not a thing. Shut up, I'm gonna curve the test anyway.
Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, in high school science, half the time it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna curve the test and make everything easy so you don't actually have to learn anything.
I'm gonna change...
And then the other half of the time it's just like, die!
Funny die. I'm gonna change the map.
Yeah,
I'm gonna change it to a terminal. That one's really good.
Oh yeah, fun. Although wait, does this really work with the story?
Well, it's not like my neighborhood map. If it would, that would be scary.
Oh, what if there is?
Alright, I'm never doing that again. So,
Yeah,
now let's start the story.
Oh, this is a bad gun.
So, where there's like, everything is just like permanently stuck in colonial times. Like, in terms of like the buildings and like the architecture and stuff.
Oh, right.
So yeah, and obviously, like, for some reason, New England is known to be, like, one of the most haunted...
Not like regular suburban.
Yeah, like New England suburban.
Like, hi, honey, Modern Family's on.
Never heard of a more better thing. Alright, so... So these stories, you know, there's not really one story. It's more just, like, a long, sprawling saga of, like, various, like, adventures that me and my friends have had over the years. And, sorry, I just had to shoot you in the back of the head real quick. So, like, okay, so my neighbors for a couple of years, like, murdered their horses, and, like, nobody knew about it.
Literal Stephen King.
Yeah, like, apparently they, like, let their horses, like, die, or whatever. Like, it was, like, a snowstorm, and they put their horses out in the snowstorm, they died. It was, like, really fucking... It was really fucked up. So, my neighborhood is not, like... It is not, uncommon for there to be, like, just flat-out insane people, right? So, I'm trying to think of the first time...
A man named Poop.
Yeah, the first time that, the scary stuff really happened, or that I really, like, noticed it for the first time, was again with my friend CJ. And, so for a while, for one summer, I'm not sure what year it was. It was either like 2015-ish, maybe. I'm gonna say 2015. For this one summer, we would always go to each other's houses and then like, you know, just meet up and like do whatever, right? So cuz he lives like only a couple like blocks away. Well, not blocks, but like a couple streets. So I went over to his house, and I was like I was waiting outside, and I was like texting him like, "Hey, come out." And he was like, "Yeah, hold on, I'm just like getting dressed," right? So it was raining like pretty hard. So I didn't want to get wet, and there was like this little area near his house it was like a little like circle of trees surrounding like an empty patch of ground, right? And so I went in there because, you know, it wasn't completely dry, but it was like the trees were shielding me quite a bit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in here. So I was like standing in there, no one else on the street, just sort of me waiting for him. And I start hearing the sound of footsteps, right? Like running. And so I think that it's him coming. So I like put my phone away. I like go outside to see him. And I pick my head. Oh! And I pick my head up.
That was
That was scary in the ghost story. So I was like, yo, who's there, right? And I look up, and there's just like, because the trees were blurring my, like, I couldn't see everything, I only really saw the legs of like a little girl running, and she had like a black dress, black shoes with little like belt buckles on them, not really, but you know, and like white little stockings. Like, she looked very like colonial. And I only saw her legs running through the rain at me, but then like the trunk of the tree like cut her off so that for a split second I couldn't see her, and she never came out the other side. Like, she just flat out like disappeared.
Wow, I forgot about this story.
Yeah, so she was just running, and I literally saw it clear as day, because, you know, even though it was raining, it wasn't night. Like, I saw it clear as day. This little girl running. For a split second, she leaves my vision, instantly gone. Like, I look outside, nowhere in sight. And it's not like she could have, like, turned a corner and kept running, because it was at the end of the street. Like, there was nowhere to run. Like, she just flat out disappeared. Like, she was gone. And so I was like, you know, CJ, like, are you outside yet? Like, I was texting him. I started calling him, and he's like, no, I'm almost out. I'm on my way out now, or whatever. And then so like another 5 minutes pass, and he finally comes out. And I'm like, dude, I just like experienced like the weirdest thing of my life. And he's like, what are you talking about? And so I told him the story. He's like, dude, that's fucking weird. And then we went about our day. Like, it was pretty weird, but like we didn't really think anything too much of it.
I would think a lot of that. I would be like panicking at that moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like sort of assumed that maybe it was like another person, like, who's just happened to be running through the rain. But then the more I thought about it as the day went on, I was like, wait a minute, this shit's not adding up.
This shit ain't adding up.
So, what the? So,
It's the
that's
ghost girl.
whoa. So that's story one. And then the next story came into play like a couple weeks later, like maybe 2. And this one I'm not so clear on. Like, I don't remember it that much. But so we were like, there's like this little sort of restaurant place that's like an old-timey restaurant. Like, it's sort of it's straight out of like if you've seen like the Lord of the Rings, it's like someplace straight out of like Bree, the village of Bree. Like, it's just like a bunch of neckbeard people like smoking and like drinking.
Was that one in The Hobbit? Like the book The Hobbit?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I think I know what
Yeah, it's got like really low ceilings because it's a really old building. So
yeah, and people were short back then.
yeah, so that's basically what it was. We were at there for some reason. I don't know why, but we were there.
All they serve is colonial food.
All we
It's just
serve,
water and wheat.
all we serve is water and dysentery.
And pee.
So we found this it was weird. It was kind of like a pendant. Like it was like a cross between a dog tag and a pendant. And it was sort of rusted, and it said like Elizabeth on it. No, at first this story doesn't really seem that weird. Like it just seems like sort of just a weird thing, a weird coincidence that happened. But then the maybe like half a week later, there are a couple churches on my street. There's like a lot of churches for one street. And so every time I'm talking about the church, it's not always the same church. But there's this one church that has graves in back of it, right? Like only a couple. So, but we were hanging out back there because it's like they had like a bench and it was just a nice like chill spot. So we were hanging out back there, and one of the graves said like Elizabeth, and it was dated to like colonial era, and we were like, holy fucking shit, dude.
Just burnt.
So we were like, yo, all right. So then that's when we started.
Wait, when exactly though? Like what years were?
Wait, this was the same year. What? Oh, you mean
No,
what
no, no,
exact
like,
year?
On the tombstone. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but I'd say it was like the 18 somethings. So maybe not exact colonial times, but you know, olden times.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 18. I'd say like 1802 to like 1810. Right, 010. What the fuck? Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's when we started getting a little bit suspicious about this whole thing, right? Like we were like, oh, maybe something's going on right here. So what happened next? So these stories happen like they're pretty spread out. So the next story may have only been like a couple months later. Like this could have been in the winter time. Trying to remember the full story. Right. I remember what it was. All right, so it wasn't the winter time. It was no, was it? Yeah, it was the winter time. So we were doing like some more just like hanging out for fun, but we would always call it like investigating because like we would always go to the church, and now that we know like some creepy shit is going down, we were more curious. So we would do like investigating around the town. And we found a mysterious bunker that was covered up, like blocked up. And then but somehow we managed to open it. Like I think it was just covered up with like a loose ass rope. Like so it was pretty easy to just like take off and open up. And it was this damp, dingy staircase into the underbelly of this old ass church, and there was just writing on this wooden door at the bottom of the stairs in ink that just said "Do not open." So you know what we were planning on doing.
wait, like don't open the door?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm an idiot, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, it said do not open the, like it said on the door, do not open, as in don't open this door. And so obviously we wanted to do it.
Don't say the N-word.
Don't say no, but here's the creepy part. It said do not open the door, but the door was cracked open slightly. So someone else had already What?
That's terrifying.
So someone else had already been in there. But who? Who is like going down there, right? And we were like, all right, man, this is it's getting a little weird. I don't know if I don't want to be here. So we decided not to go any further for the time being. But we told my other friend William, who we would hang out a lot with at the time, and we told him about the story. And he said that he really wanted to investigate it, and so we decided to make a plan that once a year, we used to have a tradition where every summer we would have like a summer party. So like everyone would come over to my house and like we would have a sleepover and stuff. We don't really do it anymore, but it used to be a tradition of ours. So we said this year at the big sleepover party, we're going to go and like sneak out in the middle of the night and we're going to investigate that bunker. Right? And so we're sort of like theorizing what could possibly like be happening right? And so it's like, okay, we're putting the puzzle pieces together. Weird little ghost girl, Elizabeth, proof that there was a person named Elizabeth at one point in time in this neighborhood who is no longer alive, right? And somehow their pendant ended up like on the floor, or like not on the floor, on the road, in the parking lot in the neighborhood. So we're like, and there's this mysterious bunker that apparently someone has been going in and out of, right? And this is where things get really like insane. So that night it was like maybe 2 a.m. We didn't go.
Boy, 2 a.m.
Yo, 2 a.m. challenge. Yo, Steve from Minecraft rapes your wife, bro.
Glitter on my eyes.
So we didn't go to sleep, and like we made my parents think we were asleep, but we didn't go to sleep. And at 2 a.m. in the morning, we were like, all right, let's gear up. And it was the four of us. There was 4 people there.
Let's get this bridge.
Yeah, there was my friend Brendan and William, CJ, and me. And my friend Brendan was too scared, so he said that he would stay home and keep watch in case my parents woke up or something, right? So because he was too much of a pussy to go with us. So it was like literally like the Goonies. Like we grabbed like every flashlight in my house. We grabbed like makeshift weapons, and like we just went out into the night. And it was honestly kind of cool. And we were out there, and it was like super creepy. So we went to the church with the bunker, and once again, the door was still like slightly open. So we took our flashlights and we pulled out our makeshift weapons, and we went down the staircase into the dingy dungeon, and opened the door and started looking around. And it was like this whole ass like basement area, but there was like nothing there. Like it was just sort of like a hallway, like a pitch black hallway, and then like an empty room at the end, with like maybe like a few boxes or something in it, right? Mm-hmm. So with our flashlights, we go to the end of the hallway into the little room, and there's dead ass a shovel on the ground and a large pile of dirt. We ran.
Wait. So you're telling me this pile of dirt was used to bury someone?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, okay, what else could it possibly be used
Yeah,
for?
that's why we think. We're like, wait, well, what else? Why would that be there? And we had thoughts about going to like dig it up and see if there was like really a body there, but like that was where we crossed the line. Like we were like, we're not gonna dig up any bodies.
Find a corpse.
Yeah, we were like that was the point where we were like, okay, we're closing this mystery, like this whole Elizabeth thing. And it's like we're closing this. So I guess there's still a lot of clues, and there's a lot of like stuff that we don't know. But like you could put 2 and 2 together, and you could kind of figure out like what might have happened, maybe.
Well, okay, it's obvious that there was a person named Elizabeth who died a long time ago. So
who was like relevant enough in the town to have like a whole ass like fucking grave like memorial thing.
Right. So okay, so like, but why would they be
Yeah.
like, killing someone? Like what's the
Yeah, it's really weird. So here's what my theory is. So if this person was like relevant enough to the town to have like a whole memorial thing, like with a plaque with like her name on it and a grave, like she had to have been like really important. So like if I were her like descendants would like stick around in the town, right? So Elizabeth, ghost Elizabeth, and like an Elizabeth who's like related to her somehow, maybe like a great niece or something like that. They are related and they stayed in the town, and that's the Elizabeth common. That's the modern Elizabeth.
Right.
So there's Elizabeth Classic, and then there's modern Elizabeth.
Uh-huh.
And the ghost could have been going around, and if this Elizabeth girl's pendant was on the pavement of this place, maybe a struggle took place there, and it fell off, and somebody could have dragged her into that basement and killed her. But we don't know the motives, and maybe it was somehow related to the ghost Elizabeth. Like, we don't know.
I'm so spooked.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think...
I have nothing to say. No, like, okay, like, no, I remember hearing these stories and being like, oh shit, that's creepy, but like hearing it all at once is just making it a totally new experience.
Yeah, it was very unsettling.
I cannot imagine experiencing that firsthand. Like, I think I would literally pee myself.
Yeah. I mean, it's to this day, it is like probably the best story that I have in my entire storybook, and it's like one of the craziest memories of my life. Because I think that what makes it believable is that it's like kind of supernatural, but it's like it's not too supernatural, so it's like...
It's just there are a bunch of different related things.
Yeah, there's so many things that could not have been coincidences. Like, there had to have been something going on, like, right under our noses. And especially since, like, my town is, like, a magnet for these, like, strange things happening. Like, I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's just coincidence, but just weird stuff is always going down. So, yeah, it was, like, hands down, like, one of the scariest moments of my life. Actually, take that back. That was hands down the scariest moment of my life. And we still don't know for sure, which is, like, the haunting part. Like, that body could still be there for all we know.
Have you been back there?
So here's the part that's really like, okay, something was probably up, right? This was more recent. This was like winter of last year, and I think I told you this story when it happened. So I wake up pretty early in the morning to go to school. I wake up at like 5 o'clock because I have to like get ready and stuff, and it's like So I woke up at like 5 o'clock, and there were like a ton of like fire engines and stuff, right? And I went over to go check it out while I was going to the bus stop. Somebody burned down that church.
This is a brum.
Now this is a brum moment.
Oh my god. What the It was the same church.
To get rid of evidence?
Was there anything in like the newspapers about it? Like was there like a rational explanation for it? Like someone was fucking smoking or something?
Oh, I don't know. Well, the thing is that's weird though is that church is that church isn't used as an actual church. It's not practicing. It's been shut down for like decades, which is probably why it's the perfect place to hide a body. Like it's literally just collecting dust. Or I mean it was.
Why was it like still like why was it still like around? Like
well, you know, because these are like these are really old buildings, and like people, they don't want to demolish them because they're sort of like historical.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like one of the buildings on our street, like I forget who, but like some famous like presidential candidate like used to live there and stuff. So it's like they're sort of like historical, and they don't want to get rid of them. So even though it was literally like nobody owned it, like it was just sort of like a building. And that's why it was sort of like run down, and that's probably why you could get away with hiding a body in there. But Sam, that night we also went to we didn't just go to that place. We like hung around at like this like not abandoned, but like this empty gas station that like nobody was at because it was the middle of the fucking night. And there was for some reason we hid behind like a couple logs of wood that were there. This like shady ass van slowly drove by, like really slowly. So I think that whoever murdered knew that some kiddies were onto him and might have reported it, and so he had to, like in desperation, he like burnt all the evidence.
Dude, this is so fucking dark. Why? Oh my god, I had no clue. Sam, you never told me that
Yes,
church
I
was
did.
burned
I
down.
remember going to you the morning it happened. I literally went, Sam, hey, remember that church thing? And you're like, yeah. I was like, somebody burnt that down. You're like, oh. I don't think you realized like the full magnitude.
No, yeah, I didn't realize like what the fuck, like I didn't put two and two. No, but like the church thing is like different from hiding a body. Like what? Oh my god.
Well, okay. I should like clarify that we don't know 100% that any of this happened, but there is a lot of
Obviously.
like,
There's a lot of
yeah. And yeah, and there are like multiple. This is not just me saying this because I had like 4 friends who were there for this. So.
What? Didn't it smell really bad down in the basement too?
Oh yeah, it did. I forgot that detail. It smelled like shit.
Like decomposing flesh almost.
I mean, I don't know what decomposing flesh smells like, but if it smells like shit, then yeah.
Dude, I'm so shook right now, like unironically.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
And we're recording this at like midnight, so it's like worse.
Oh, I'm gonna have trouble going to sleep tonight, dude.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
So, hey, at least you don't have to live in that same neighborhood.
No, yeah, like that's terrifying that you're living in there.
But I'm pretty safe.
Well, yeah, but still.
So yeah, that's just one like really strange story out of the many very strange stories that there are. There's like 2 more, but they're not nearly as long. And Sam, you were present for both of these. So the first one, I'm gonna go in order of probably
I mean, it
like.
pales in comparison to that. Like,
Yeah, honestly, these are gonna
Jesus
kind of be like.
Christ.
These are gonna kind of be lackluster, but they're gonna be like, still pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go in order of when they happened. So this one happened like maybe last summer. This is the one about the cult, Sam.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, wait. So what happened with the cult? Wait, was that the day that I was there?
Yeah. No, wait, hold on. I think I'm gonna tell the Should I tell the warlock first?
Yeah, tell the warlock first.
Okay. So if you saw Wacky Shack, then I already covered this, but now I'm gonna like cover it a lot better because I remember a lot more. So the story begins as usual with me and CJ wanting to fuck around.
Yeah.
And we were like searching for like a new place to go because we were kind of like done with the whole like church thing. Like we were not going back there, but we still like loved like going on like these Goonies ass adventures. So we wanted another place to go, and he found out that there was like this abandoned house like off a back road. There's like a little road that goes off his road, and then it goes into like this little like lower down sort of like wooded area, and there was like an abandoned house there that like hadn't been bought in like 30 or so years. And he said that it was scheduled for destruction, so we could probably like go in there. And so we were like, yo, that'd be cool, we could fucking go in there and like fucking so
Yeah, we'll let you know.
yeah. What should the map be?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
Alright, I'll go to estate.
Sam, no, that's too scary. No, no, no.
Uh-oh. Now this is uh-oh.
This is
Yeah, so
I'm glad I'm not playing this game in the dark.
oh no.
Like I'm glad I have my lights
Yeah.
on.
So we were fuck, where was I? Okay, yeah, so we went to this house. And you were there too. I don't remember why you were there. I think you were just at my house. And you like, and so we just decided to all go together.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get in, right? But these doors would like not budge. And the windows were all taped over with duct tape. So we just kept trying to get in, but then as we went up to okay, so here's the several doors. There's the front door, and then there's the back door, and then there was a side door that was like sort of on like a mini porch, and like you had to like walk up the stairs.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, You remember this. So then we tried that door, and for some reason, once we got to that door, we started hearing noises coming from the inside of the house. And so we were just sort of confused at first because the house had been abandoned for so long, not to mention boarded up, so like quite impossible to get in. Even for like fucking 3 kids with a baseball bat could not get in. And so we listened closely, and it was like this like really strange noise. And like I said in the Wacky Shack video, it sounded a bit like a radio. Not in sound quality, but in like the very strange like syllables. It sounded sort of like a 50s television radio. He was like, and so we were trying to figure out how we could do it, and CJ's house was right like a couple houses down, and he had like audio equipment. He had like a microphone because I think he was like a fucking CS:GO YouTuber like or something. So he had a ton of microphone equipment, and we told him to go run over and get it so that we could try to hear what's going on. So we recorded it, and then we tried playing it back at the computer and listening to what it said. And turns out that it was not like human dialect. It was like very strange, rhythmic, like just talking. Like it was just like yum 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 yum, like, but it was like definitely a human voice. Like it was just like this weird ass chanting, and then it repeat.
Does he still have the file?
I mean I highly doubt it. It wasn't really a file. It was like he like plugged his microphone into his iPhone and then recorded it and then sent it to his like computer, like plugged it in. So I don't think he had like a full ass audio file, but it was just sort of like boosting the audio. So it wasn't like
Basically, it's just lost. So basically, it's just lost. Some
yeah, no, he just boosted it. But so
okay.
So we can hear it, and we were like, yo, this is fucking I don't know about this one. And so like but it was really weird because we were all hearing when we were at the house and we were trying to listen in, we were all hearing the same thing. So it's not like somebody heard something and then they like lied and told the others. Like everybody, including Sam, who can testify, was hearing this weird chanting. And we were like, yo, not today, fam. So
Not today.
So we left.
No.
And here's why I tell this story first, because this could possibly tie in. Okay, there's 2 theories as to what that was. One, it was a homeless man who was living in there. And 2, this could tie into this other story I'm about to tell, which is about the cult. So on my street.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? Did I say that so
like
nonchalantly? Ku Klux Ran rally? What? So.
Ku Klux Ran.
So. Sam Harris was also here for this, and a couple of his other friends.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we're gonna say them. So. we were all like investigating. We wanted to like. Sam Harris was like, yo, Sam, can we like investigate something? Like he was like kind of bored and he like wanted to like investigate something that was cool. And I was trying to think.
I want to go to the abandoned.
Yeah, there's also an abandoned country club, which isn't abandoned anymore, by the way. Somebody bought that, but it was abandoned for a while. So like 2 years or so. But I was like, okay, we're somewhere where we can go. And I was like, we could go to this one cult house because, like a week ago, my mom told me a story about when her friend, who I'm not gonna name, okay, Sam, I need you to come into the basement of this house. just come look at this.
Oh my god, I'm done. Oh.
Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game, hate the players. Vegas will never be the same.
Alright, thanks, Sam.
All right. So anyway, back to the story.
Utterly evil, the cow.
So, yeah.
What?
So,
What?
what?
Magnet head? Never tell him the odds.
All right. So back to the story. So my mom's friend used to live on the street in like the 70s, and apparently back in the 70s there was like a whole ass cult, right, that lived in this one giant like farm mill. And she would like always hear stories about like the cult, and she would see them like walking around outside the giant mill thing. And it would always like freak her out, and I was like, I wonder if they're still there. So I was like, yo, we could go check them out. So we did, but we couldn't get close enough because it was too scary, and we thought that they were gonna sacrifice us. So that's the end of that story. But there is a cult maybe that still exists on my street, so that could explain the chanting story.
Jesus Christ.
And maybe they're tied into the other story, maybe.
Where do I put a Harrier strike?
What the? So yeah, that's the story. Those are all the stories so far.
Oh, and there was also that time Hillary Clinton came through.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Completely.
No, that was just a scary experience. Like, I was outside and I looked up and there was just a fucking army of helicopters, and like, I was like, okay.
How does it feel to know that you were like 50 feet away from a failed presidential?
Yeah. All right. So
It's pretty spooky.
that is quite spooky. I thought that World War III was starting. I was like, well, shit.
Guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die. So yeah, that's the end of the spooky stories, really.
I mean, I'm gonna have a lot more trouble sleeping.
Oh well.
Ooh.
I'm gonna upload this at like 11:30 tomorrow night. See who watches.
I mean, I could name like maybe. Actually, no, I don't think.
Yeah, but I just want to ruin everybody's night, really.
Yeah, but like
I'm an asshole.
I'm the worst. I just realized that like I'm not trying to like sound superior, because we're not superior to other people, but other teenagers don't really talk about like corpses and like.
All right, now you're just sounding kind of emo.
Oh yeah, it's coming out like I'm being like, no one talks about corpses, okay? Like we need to talk about but like okay, like other teenagers don't like investigate their neighborhoods.
Yeah, well, I guess other teenagers don't care enough.
Well, I mean, I feel like other teenagers would be like rational enough to be like, hey, you know, maybe
Yeah.
we shouldn't go down in a basement that says "Do not open," that's been abandoned and smells like rotting flesh. Maybe
Yeah,
let's
but
let's just
my
chill.
hunger
Like,
bar
let's
is
just-
low. You were. So
Look, ever since they introduced hunger bars to Minecraft, the game has been inferior.
listen. Ever since they introduced diorite, the game's just been over.
What even is that?
It's just a rock. Like, why is that?
It sounds like something you'd learn in like AP environmental science or something.
So diorite
All right, you're gonna need to know this for the test. It's absolutely useless.
literally does nothing. It is just a slightly less gray stone. I don't know. So anyway, we're gonna end this episode of Toasty Toes Uncut.
All right.
We need to do more of these, Sam, because you know, we like do all these episodes, right? And imagine we do like one of these like every couple of months. Like in a few years, we're gonna have like a chronologue of like our entire life, like every event that's happened, like every funny thing that's ever happened.
Dude, I don't have that many funny things in my life.
Yeah, but more and more funny things are going to keep happening, so we can just keep telling the stories, and eventually it'll like literally be a time